what the bidding strategy means is how Google delivers your ads and optimizes for it in your account. So if I click down here, I have selected a campaign. I go to settings, and then I have the overview of which bidding strategy is selected now, and I can also change it here. That is what I will present to you and go through what the difference is between them and what you should use when starting a new campaign in a new account, and what is ideal when you have more data. We have conversions, conversion value, clicks, and impression share. The first two, under recommended, they are the automated bidding strategies. And this is what Google works more and more with. That is also the ideal to have in your account when you can run it with these. And Google will always push these forward. So don't mind that it says recommended, because it will say this across all accounts, across all campaigns, but it's not always that you should start with these ones or keep running with these two. Second, you have these clicks or impression share. Here's how they work. When selecting conversions, Google will maximize the number of conversions within your budget. And yeah, that can be sales, purchases, contacts, lead form, depending on what you have defined as conversion actions in your account. Conversion value, this is when you have associated a monetary value to this conversion action. It can work both for products or leads, but it's required that you have added a value for this. So let's say it's a product sale, then it will be the sales price of this product. And clicks means that it will maximize the number of clicks within your budget. And impression share is a bit different. It's about how often your ad can show and having the better positions in the Google search results pages. Okay, let's go to see what it looks like. If I select conversions here, I also have two options. So I can have this off, and this just means maximizing the number of conversions. Or if I take this, set a target cost per action, it means that this is my target cost per acquisition. So how much am I willing to pay for a lead or for a sale? Of course, this should be below the actual client value or price, but it's normal that you're not going to reach your ideal CPA in the first 30 days, just when launching your campaigns. So in order for this to run, it either has to be set like realistically, depending on what the conversion rate is, or once your campaign is running and you have data, then you can select your campaign, go to the overview, and see the last 30 days to see what is your actual cost per acquisition. And then you can put in that price or a target that is close to it, because there can be too much of a jump from what the actual performance is to what your desired performance is. But yeah, use target CPA otherwise once you have data, and when just starting out, it can be without this one. Let's check the other one, conversion value. So it can also be left without ticking this, which will be in general maximizing, giving you as high conversion value as possible. Or if you set a target return on ad spend, you can put in the percentage. So whether it's 200%, 2 times return on ad spend, 300%, and so on. Here you can also not make a big jump from what you already have as performance to what your desired return on ad spend is, because of course you want this to be as high as possible. 5 times return means it's more profit, but it doesn't work like that. So what you can do is checking your performance data for the past 30 days for this campaign, and you can realistically set a target ROAS that is on the same as the current performance, or maybe increasing it a bit or decreasing it a bit. We can also see the message here. Before setting a target ROAS, wait until the account that set up conversion tracking has received at least 15 conversions in the last 30 days. Even a higher amount of conversions is ideal for this to work optimally. So if you start out, you might have to start on only 150%, or it can be, without setting it, or starting low, 150%, and when you reach it, you can increase. Same with the other bidding strategy. You are not going to reach your ideal KPIs here in the first 30 days. So this is something you have to work for over time and optimize over time. Now we can go to the next one. So this is what we already had selected for this campaign, was maximize clicks. This gives us the most control, because we can also set a maximum cost per click bid limit. This is a search campaign, it's on a new account, so it makes sense for us to choose this one. And then when we collect conversions and more data, then we can switch to one of the other bidding strategies. And whenever you choose the maximize clicks, also add a maximum CPC bid limit, so you don't suddenly pay way too much for the traffic that you get in. And also, you could be limited if it's too low. Let's say I put it on 3 Norwegian kroner. If the competition is just that it's higher than that, the average would be 5 or 6, I may not get any clicks with this one. So I also need to check what is my actual average CPC and what is realistic to set here. Okay, last one is impression share. Impression share is not a bidding strategy that I use very often, but it can work well for brand campaigns. It would be in that type of campaign that I would use it potentially, and it will be either impression share or maximize clicks. Here you can choose between any of these 3, and if it's a brand campaign, I often select just top of results page, and then you have to choose the percentage. Ideally, you will want to rank around 90%. Like, you don't have to be in the 100% and be in absolute all of eligible searches. That's going to be really difficult. But 90% is a good target. And for a brand, this is important to distinguish between whether it's a brand or a search campaign, right? Because if it's a search campaign, it could be even just 20%. You would have to look at your auction insights related to this campaign to see what are you currently at and what could you potentially increase it to. So it will be much lower on a normal search campaign where you have a lot of advertisers bidding on the same keywords, whereas a brand campaign, it's probably just you, maybe a few others, and that's why we can aim at a 90% there. And you can also set a maximum CPC limit, just as with maximize clicks. Again, big difference between a normal search or a brand campaign, because a brand campaign will very often have very low CPC, but either way, I will also just put a number. It doesn't mean that I will pay this, it just means that I have a limit. So just that you remember to still put on, and then also that it's not too low if it's a normal search campaign. So whichever bidding strategy you select, also click save after, and then it will be changing to that one. I will go back to what I had. and be aware that depending on the bidding strategy that you select, this is really an important factor for how your ads are delivered and how the campaign will run. Sometimes you will see a campaign with, you're just launching it, it has very few impressions or very few clicks, and it could be just the bidding strategy that has to be adjusted. It could also be that you are managing your campaigns, you make a change, and then you see the performance either went down, or it was your chance to actually optimize and get even better results. So it shouldn't be overlooked on on which ones you choose and how you manage it on an ongoing basis.